let's take a look at a pretty simple but very powerful rhythmic idea. I'm going to use the music of a couple of different bands to demonstrate how impactful this can be. If you want the sheet music and tab from this lesson, as well as from all of my other lessons, consider joining me on Patreon or becoming a channel member here on YouTube. You'll also get early access to all of my videos. This lesson is all about triplets, and specifically switching from triplets to 16th notes. If you're not too comfortable with triplets, here's the basic idea. In 4/4, we normally divide each beat in half to get eighth notes, or 2 notes per beat. That can be doubled to get 16th notes, or 4 notes per beat. And in between those two, we have 3 notes per beat, or triplets. These are eighth note triplets. Now there are other types of triplets as well, quarter note triplets, 16th note triplets, etc. But we're going to be focused just on eighth note triplets for this lesson. We haven't changed the tempo or the time signature, but this takes on a very different feel. The triplets give you this compound meter feel. Compound meter has 3 notes per beat, like a 12/8 or 6/8 time signature, while simple meter has 2 notes per beat, like 4/4. Let's put the eighth notes and triplets back to back. In this example, 4/4 has morphed from simple meter to compound meter without changing the tempo or the time signature, and you can feel how this changes the groove. When it kicks into the triplets, you get this extra energy and speed, and you can take this effect even further by going from triplets to 16th notes. Now we're going from compound meter to simple meter, but the speed of the notes is increasing. Here is the perfect example of this in action. So suffer the children! The stakes arrive to assistance around. This is the Obsidian Conspiracy by Nevermore off the album of the same name. Nevermore is a favorite band of mine, and I thought this was a fitting example considering they just announced the new lineup for the band, and I'm super excited to hear some more music from them. This song actually goes back and forth between triplets and 16th notes a bunch of times. This example here is from the verse to the pre-chorus. There's this extra kick of energy created by these faster 16th notes. So suffer the children! The stakes arrive to assistance around. And the opposite happens after the chorus. It moves from 16th notes back to triplets, and you get this slightly slower, groovier sound. The Obsidian Conspiracy is rising. Regardless of the consequence, we drown inside our arrogance. Another band that uses this all the time is Persefone, one of my favorite progressive death metal bands. In this section from Mind is Universe off of Spiritual Migration, they're going back and forth from triplets to 16th notes a bunch of times, creating a more progressive, manic sound that shifts feels constantly. At the end of the song, there's this wild 16th note unison run that ends directly back into a triplet groove. It's a really nice way to distinguish between these two sections of music. Here's one last, very different sounding example of this. This is The Price by Leprous off the album The Congregation. This intro has a groove with almost a swing-like feel with the triplets, and then it kicks into the verse with straight 16th notes and this hi-hat groove. You get the increase in the speed of the notes, but you also get this shift from a swung groove to a straight groove. And of course, they do it the other direction as well.
Acting out, striving to make me secure.
Notice how they set up this transition by playing triplets at the end of the chorus back into that opening groove. That's something bands will do a lot when they're switching between these subdivisions. You can hint at whatever one is coming before moving into it. I did this myself in my latest single, On the Brink of Madness. The solo and bridge are in a triplet feel, while the rest of the song is mostly 16th notes. So I hint at the triplets right before the solo to set up that groove change. And I play 16th notes coming out of the bridge to set up the change back to the 16th note feel. So there you have it, a very simple but super powerful rhythmic writing technique. I love ideas like this that aren't too hard to grasp but can drastically change the way your music feels. In prog, we're often too focused on odd time signatures or polyrhythms or complex tuplets that we sometimes forget about these simpler rhythmic ideas. If you enjoyed this lesson, subscribe and hit that bell notification, and I will see you all in the next video. Till then, stay proggy.